Hi, this is Kichcha Sudeepa here, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
All right, the interview that all of you guys have been waiting for. We have with us Kichcha Sudeepa, Vikrant Rona, a film that almost anyone and everyone has been waiting for, and very, very interesting promotion so far. Pleasure having you back with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much.
I find it so fascinating. I was watching one of your interviews. You've said that you don't read at all,
No.
but the way you talk, what you talk, it's so fascinating. And it seems that someone who must be like reading very, very profusely and voraciously would come up with that level of felicity with language and thought process. And you said in an interview that how do you get the fruits if you don't water the plants? Interesting. Those are those are interesting sort of analogies that you dole out like very regularly. So how can you be having this much amount of felicity with the language and your thought process, and you say that you don't read? I find it very, very unusual.
So, what do you use? What do you use when you read?
Eyes,
Eyes.
yeah,
So, what else does the eye see?
the world,
So, there's a knowledge of the book also has come from there only, right?
the world only.
Yeah. So, I'm going to the point straight, than going through an interpretation.
But what about the vocabulary?
Vocabulary is you. I mean, I think even we understand pets at home as long as they try to emote something very nicely and correctly. Why do we need a language for that? See, as long as what I'm trying to say is like, I think I like to see people. I meet you, you give me something and you go, and by the time you go back. So I guess learning has come from there. Every person who's been writing also, learning has come from somewhere else, right? So I'm not trying to go go against the book reading, but then reading can be other things also apart from the books, right? You read people, you read life, you read something from what's happening within you, around you. You everything stays here. So I think it's an experience that gives you education, not the books.
And would you say that you are an inherent storyteller?
Maybe depends upon the listener. If you are not if you're a very disinterested person sitting, I can cut short the story to even zero and just walk away. It doesn't matter to me. I think we all like to, like for example, just before this chat, when the timing was going on, I was just telling you, with Farid, it's like it's more of fun we have. So when I say that, I mean it, right? I mean that, I can chat with you for a long time because I see there's a listener in you, and also when you talk, I like to listen also. There's so much I take home every time I meet you. So yeah, there's a collection of caps I see, and every time I have a question for you too. So I guess it comes from there. And yeah, Farid, I don't filter my opinions.
You don't filter your opinions.
I don't sugarcoat my opinions, rather. Let me put it that way.
Right.
I tell you the way it is, and I think it comes out fair.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of that?
Who cares?
You don't.
I mean, everything cannot have an advantage and a disadvantage, for heaven's sake. Just say it. If there is an advantage, take it. If there's a disadvantage, face it. Why so much of thinking against something that you want to just voice out your opinion into? Speak something, speak your heart out. What is an alternative to say a no? What is an alternative to say a yes? How do you alternate your lines like I love you? How do you alternate your lines like okay, I need to go? Why do you need to have an alternative when there's a straight word, straight line,
Would you say that the fan following that you have, and it's a massive one, is based on people who are of similar thought process in terms of
I
they
have
like
no
your
idea.
straight speak?
I never sat to diagnose it or analyze it. I just know everything has happened to me because of my films. So my passion is only about storytelling and not to sit and diagnose and analyze and even account it as to what is the weightage of the fan following, what is the gravity of my stardom, or what is the revenue of my outcome of a big hit. I don't think I'll evaluate all that. I think it is coming as it is coming. Why do I need to sit and start looking for it? There is a film that's in hand. I think that is what I enjoy the most, and that's what gives me. And the cut to, once the film is done, I think I'll meet you again after 1.5 years, Farid, and we'll have a lot more to talk. And what do I do in this? Again, I would have been writing, making another film. I'll be cooking. I'll be playing a little bit of cricket. I'll go a little bit biking. I'll do sketching. I'll compose music. We'll do some carpentry work. All that stuff, I think you should start.
Yeah, apparently, you like to cook every day. That's what.
I cook every day, and whether people are there or not to eat, I cook.
What do you like to cook? What do you like to cook?
Anything. There's another interesting thing is I don't go by the recipes. I sit with you for a while and I get to know whether you're veg or non-veg, and if you're a non-veg or veg, depending on that, and then what kind you like. I mean, I don't keep asking questions, I get to know. And then I'll just come out. I visualize this one dish in my head before I even start cooking, and I just go there, and I'll go there. It's all on own recipes. Most of it is my own recipes I come out with, and I like to do that little decorations and presentation, and then just give it.
Right now, I'm sure you realize that apart, you said that it's because of your films that you have this following, but apart from the wonderful work that you've done in your films, I think you also have a certain persona that is something that is followed by a lot of people. You know, a lot of the fans they find the way of their life through the way you conduct yourself in terms of what you say, maybe in, say, interviews, and even apart from that. So that is something which is also there, I'm sure, and that makes you unique in a way.
I don't know how they think. So it doesn't matter. I don't really look into how many are following and how many are following my interviews. I just know I gave an interview and I just went into my next door. I probably went home and I started writing something or playing cricket or playing something else. So I don't know. And when people come and repeat the lines and say, I like that line in the interview, I say, oh, did I? Okay. So I will again not think back and say, well, see, I made a very good line, and it's... I don't think so. I think every quote is remembered by other people, not the person who made it.
Interesting.
So
Okay, so I was watching one of the videos where you interacted with RJs of various cities.
Yeah, very interesting.
For Vikrant Rona. I thought it was a great idea.
Very good idea.
Very unique idea as well.
Yes. They all came up together, and I was like, what's happening? And so many languages under one thing, and this is nice. It was very good. And each one showering so much of poems and something and lines in their lines. And so I think these are all once in a way. It's very nice to happen so that you just get to know your familiarity with people and how much they like you and love you and support you. I think it's a must once in a way. You know, it's just awakening.
Right.
It's just an awakening, actually.
There was RJ from Haryana, and she recited a poem for you.
Yeah, seriously, it was such a wonderful, touching thing. I said, you should have just written it in a paper. I should have framed it. I said, somebody is telling me a poem like this on me in Hindi, especially the first time. I said, you should have just written it down or framed it. It was so wonderful a gesture.
Right.
Seriously.
What does love mean to you?
I mean, it is everything. I think
that's what you told her.
It's a beautiful, most beautiful connect what one can have with anything. It need not be with the human itself. It can be with your own life. You know, that is what it is. First, I think the first love has to be about your own life. If you love about you love your life, I think you will start loving everything about your life, because right now for me, you come into that part. If I love my life, you're coming into that. I can't say I don't love my life, but Fareed, I love the way you are. No, how can that's actually, it doesn't make sense to me. If you can't love yourself, how will others love you? If Absolutely. You can't love your own life, then you don't love anything else, my friend. It doesn't work
Absolutely.
that way.
It's very, very interesting that you said that you like sketching, you like cooking, and you like biking, and
I do carpentry work.
Carpentry work.
Yes.
And various things. So do you feel that the hobbies that you have, and in a way things which are digression from your work as an actor, it also contributes positively to your creative work as an actor?
I don't think I will consider those as hobbies, as this is my profession. This also can be my hobby, no?
Right. That's what Salman sir says.
So I don't think I will consider this as one major thing and everything else is a hobby. I think I love everything what I'm doing. It's just that it's not done professionally. I do chairs, and if I do some carpentry work, it's for my own house. So I do stuff, and cooking, I have not taken it as a profession. But then I cook for everybody who comes and eats there. Even when Salman sir had come and I had cooked a lot of food, I cooked for Sohail when he comes. He loves to eat what I cook, so I make every time. And sketching, of course, I don't get paid for it. But apart from that, I see somebody, one interesting face, I start sketching and I do something. I do a portrait and send them. So it's not. I'm not only here. I get paid professionally. So that just because I'm getting paid and I spend more time here in the shooting time, that doesn't mean that this is my profession and rest of my hobbies. I play cricket once in a way, but I play it with equal passion. I cut off all my discussions and my script reading and anything in wait.
So everything contributes in a way.
Everything. I think you should be in the present. That's one thing I believe. If it's you, it's you. Cut off the world. Cut off everybody. You're sitting at home with a friend for a drink, and another big name calls. I think just put it on mute. Right. The person you have given time to should be the most important person in the world at that moment. Is what I truly believe.
Absolutely. Okay. And you like to talk to people on video call?
Yeah.
You like to see them.
I like to talk, I like to make video calls because I know somehow that voice thing is almost like a WhatsApp voice note, no? Hey, hi, Free, what's up? Yeah, I think I just got for, what do you say? Cut. Okay, till you respond, I'll attend to something. Oh, yeah, okay. Instead of that, we are just having a longer conversation without breaks. It's a voice call for me. Video call is like looking into your person's eyes and like, hey, what's up? What you doing? So it's, I think even video calls are for me for very few people I make, but I like to see their faces and talk. So that's what I normally do. So you won't believe, like, so Hale has got used to that because of me now. He he used to be so embarrassed to come on a video call. Say, hey, man, अच्छा नहीं दिखता हूँ यार, ऐसा कोई नहीं यार. I used to catch him in a gymming time or he's in his towel and Kichcha क्या यार आपको टाइम ही नहीं कभी भी फोन करते. So I mean, I think I am like that with all my friends, and all my friends know that I normally call, like, make video calls. I don't normally make regular calls.
Now, you've also said in an interview that direction is your passion. You in a way accidentally happened to become an actor, but direction is something that fascinates you a lot, which is very interesting. And in terms of, like, say, this world of Vikrant Rona, what is your contribution like? Do you also contribute in terms of, like, say, creativity?
Of course, yes. When Anup told me to recite this script, he had some 90s in mind. He wanted to say the stories in the 90s. I was very adamant about the 60s. Why? Because number one, I think the aesthetics of those years were beautiful. Less communication, less commuting, less electricity. Right. Very well balanced to tell a story like this. You know, like, see, if you want to tell a movies, like, even if you take as a Indiana Jones or a Raiders of the Lost Ark, you want to take about Jumanji, you want to talk about a Pirates of the Caribbean, you can't say 2022 Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, it doesn't go at all. I mean, it has to be today's movie then. Today's technicalities, today's equipments, today's technology, today's vehicles, people, the way of dressing. See, when you see Raiders of the Lost Ark, we love it because of that era. They have gone even beyond, even when they released, they've gone beyond. Correct? They've gone much earlier and they've narrated a script in that thick jungle where there's this, that, blah, blah. Today there's no jungles, my friend. There's nothing here. Everything has come to the floor level. Very few bleak jungles in the world. And in India, though, very few. Very one minute, markable space, I think, noticeable space. You can run through the jungle, I guess, if you leave. So I think today I needed that. So that discussions, we do sit. I was very adamant about it. Then he finally agreed. Because he had certain other reservations, but we came then visually, how do we go about it? What do we do? I think we do contribute. And from there, I think because Anup himself is a fantastic student and he's a great director. He has got a great vision of his own. So he immediately caught what I had in mind. So I think once my film was in, once I know the film is in the good hands, I don't think I'll bother about the rest. I'll enjoy my work. Because Anup is fantastic. I mean, he handles things very well. I don't need to be breaking my head at all. Our discussions were even before the shooting went to the floor. Right. Once it went to the floor, I think I was a child. I was playing a cricket. I was doing a firing. I least bothered about anything apart. Because I think we were all on the same page. We knew what's happening. Each one knew what we were doing. There was no unnecessary questions at all unless a newer thing had happened. Okay. We all had our answers.
Great. Kichcha, we've taken a few fan questions.
Yeah.
Let's see how many we can possibly take. There are too many of them, but
that's okay.
Interesting.
We'll breeze through quick. We'll not disappoint many.
Yes. This is Yashas from Bangalore. Is there anything related to Thayyam, that is a religious dance form mostly found in Kerala and some parts of Karnataka, in Vikrant Rona? Note, this question is after keenly observing the trailer.
Hi Yashas. No, nothing. It's got nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that. Okay. This is Viresh from Bidar, Karnataka. Sudeep Anna, what you like more about Anup Bhandari in terms of filmmaking, starting from discussion of BRB to now VR film shooting, and what about BRB, Ashwathama, VR2 and new project with Anup?
Well, what I like about Anup is his vision into the films, his clarity into making a film. I think I like about that. And next is actually BRB that's going to be hitting the floor. Yeah, he's a great technician with a great mindset and a beautiful clarity. He'll go a long way.
Okay, this is Mohammad Umair from Peshawar, Pakistan. Kichcha sir, can we see you and Salman bhai once again on screen? Bhai offer you a movie, what will be your answer?
हाँ, इस फिल्म में तो अगर कम पिटाई होगी तो करूँगा यार. दबंग 3 में बहुत पिटाई होगी. जो कुछ भी वो हाथ लगा दे उस सब से मार चुके हो. तो अब अगली बार सलमान सर अगर बुलाएंगे तो हमारे बीच फाइट नहीं होगा यार.
Right, but he has been very supportive of the film, Vikrant
Superb.
Rona.
He is very good. He's the best brother you can have in this world. So
Right.
I think he's been great support. No. This is what I was just telling is the kidding part. But then, pitai to ho gayi. I mean, next time when me and Salman sir, if at all we come on to the same film, let it be something else.
Right.
हाँ.
Okay, brothers maybe. Okay, this is Shyam from Badgavi. सुदीप अन्ना, आप लोग 5 साल से दिन रात मेहनत करके मूवी बनाए हैं. बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट पीपल वर्क किए हैं विक्रांत रोना के लिए, और कल रिलीज के बाद अगर मूवी मैजिक क्रिएट नहीं कर पाया तो आपका रिएक्शन कैसे होगा और कैसे फील करोगे?
कुछ नहीं होगा. आप see this question itself says that even he is worried and concerned. When such people's blessings and wishes are there, I don't think I'll be worried. And whatever said and done, I think it's our child. So whether the child gets 100% marks in the exams or whether she gets just pass also, I'm going to be equally loving my child as much as I do today.
Right. Now, filmmaking is such a tedious task. And especially say this film, the sort of efforts that have gone, especially during COVID, and the sort of efforts which have gone have been humongous, even in terms of VFX. And so I've seen certain portions without VFX, and once I saw after VFX, I think that the difference is remarkable.
Huge.
So, and then your fate is going to be decided on that one Friday. How do you find it like, in a way, like the entire efforts of years, it's just that one Friday is going to decide the fate?
Yeah, that's the norm for everybody. And I think that is the best way to even react, because, see, that is why we call it magic, and that's why we call it a Good Friday. A Good Friday every time. And mine is a Good Thursday most of the time. So I guess if at all that little unsureness is not there, I think we all take cinema for granted. We all take that date for granted. I like that edge, be on the edge, you know. Don't take things for granted. Don't take your positioning for granted. Time can hit you bad. So I think, if nature supports you, it will be unconditional. So I think believe in that also. There's a belief system also that people work to, and there's a logical system also that we all have inside us. It's two different units.
Absolutely. This is Nightcrawler from Karnataka.
Nightcrawler.
Boss your tea recipe, please. The one you have been drinking in all recent interviews.
That's a chamomile mixed with little apple, and it's a lot of herbs put together that I make my tea with. Sir, so Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, yeah.
Nightcrawler, right? So you have a beautiful name called Nightcrawler. Why don't you just crawl up one night and find out? I'll be still having tea. But why did you come out as Nightcrawler? I think everybody is using their own names. Nightcrawler. Okay, anyway.
Chetan from Sakleshpura. What are his next project except BRB after Vikrant Rona? How will he choose scripts?
Choosing a script is a long story. Probably we'll have another chat about it. It's just on instinct basis. And after BRB, it's much before BRB that I'm going to be starting 1 or 2 projects, because BRB is going to take time. And a lot of movies on talks for it, but I think I have not yet selected any. I mean, 1 or 2 scripts I have okay. The work is going on. I hopefully will start soon.
All right, this is Shrikant from Bangalore. Is that Vikrant Rona releasing in IMAX and IMAX 3D?
Yeah, I guess so.
Next Vikrant Rona Part 2 coming? Boss?
No. Not as of now.
Not as of now. Okay, this is VR3DVINS. That's the Twitter handle. Anna, if you can ask Anna about his next directorial movie and for whom?
For? And?
Directorial venture. Are you going to direct anything?
No, nothing right now. Nothing immediately.
Nothing as of now?
Nothing. Too many people are writing stories for me, and I like to cater myself to all of them who are having dreams right now.
Okay, this is Hemantu from Bangalore. Sir, can we expect raw action thriller movie from you like John Wick and The Man from Nowhere?
It's on books. It's getting developed. There's exactly not John Wick, but there are movies that's coming up. There's a movie script that's happening, and I promise you that it's going to be fantastic.
Great. This is Akuri from Tokyo. Sudeep sir's acting is amazing. What is important to you when you are acting?
When I'm acting, what is important is I should know that I'm acting. The day I realize I'm acting, I think I'm done. So
Great.
What comes out natural is natural. So I think when you feel the role and when you are into it, I don't think we realize we're acting. We're just doing it.
Do you believe in method acting?
I don't believe in a word at all called method or anything. I just believe you feel the shot, you feel the role, and you just go deliver. Forget where the camera is. Forget where you're looking. Forget how you're looking. Feel it and deliver. Deliver with utmost honesty.
All right. Do you internalize?
Meaning?
Internalize in the sense, that become that there are some actors who
I don't know all
literally,
that.
they don't, you don't.
See, I think I will not give a nod to the take unless and until I'm ready. And when I'm getting ready, I really don't know what I go through. I take my time. If it is quite intense, I take my time. I'm silent. I do this, I do that. I talk to myself. I come back and I'm doing it, and I can see the actor in front of me, and I can only see the eyes, and I do. And cut to, I'm okay. I'm normal. I can have my coffee and I can still joke. And by the time next shot is ready, I'll be ready. I don't really. At least it's not happened for me that it's difficult for me to get out of a role or get into one. And that doesn't mean that in between somebody is joking and if I'm laughing, it'll disturb me. I think we as actors, we need to get used to that fluctuations.
Many actors, many people, many viewers, they find your acting and your persona on screen to be stylish. That जो भी करता है बंदा ये एक बड़े style से करता है. Anything and everything, and it's like a very, very unique about you. How do you retain that novelty factor in that? And that
I don't think about it.
you don't think about it.
I don't think about
Naturally
it.
stylish.
जो आता है करता हूँ. जो मन में आता है वही करता हूँ.
Right, great. This is Abhi from Belagavi. Which would be the next genre that Indian film industry should try in coming future?
No idea. And luckily, Indian film industry has not selected me to represent them or think for them. There are many beautiful thinking heads. I think let them do the thinking.
All right. Deepak Arakeri. Please ask Sudeep sir how is his health. Please say to him take care of his health too. His health is very important to all of us. His big fan.
That's so sweet. Thank you. I'm better, sir. I'm much better. Thank you.
This is Mohammad Afreed. Is there continuation of Gumma Banda Gumma song in the film?
No. That's all it is. What you heard, that's all it is.
This is Sandeep SR from Bay Area, California. Any plans to visit US at least after the release of the movie? We would love to meet you. Please give plan to visit few states starting from California.
Of course, I'm planning to. I have never been to the US.
You've never been to US?
No. Why? Why is it coming in the
Interesting.
show?
Okay.
No, my family has traveled. My wife has traveled. My daughters have traveled. My daughter has traveled. Most of them have traveled from my house. It's just that I used to have severe migraine, and the distance would always trouble me. Sitting inside the flight with that kind of temperature and sitting for so many hours, I couldn't. So I would always skip. If people would put any shooting abroad, I would first thing I would cancel it. I said, either you shoot in India, shoot somewhere nearby. Flight should be 3 hours, 3.5 hours, not more than that. Apart from that, it's very difficult for me. I get very claustrophobic, and
But
right now, though, I promised, okay, fine, I'll visit once.
it's not that difficult. Trust me. And
Maybe,
I'm sure that
that's
there
the
are
only reason, Farid, and
there are many fans
I
of
will.
you.
So now that they've asked, I'm planning to. I have told myself, okay, this time around, I'll visit somewhere, and I'll try.
You can sleep your way. Not a problem. Okay.
That's one thing. I can't sleep in the flight.
Interesting.
I can't sleep in the flight. I'll keep walking around in the whole night when flight is going. I can't sleep.
Interesting. Okay. This is RK Whole Square. I know Vikrant Rona is for the world audience. Should we expect your upcoming films to be aimed at a global audience as well?
I don't know, sir. I think I will just do the film because I love it. When the script is narrated to me, I think if the film has the potential to travel the world, it will. It shouldn't be forced.
Amazing. All right. I'll take one more question. So this is, the name is not there. It is @A_Kichcha_fan. My only question / request to boss is, we want a grand pre-release event of Vikrant Rona in Devanagari as done for Hibuli. This is
Yeah. So eventually there was a pre-release event.
The city name, Davangere?
Davangere.
Yeah.
So actually, there was this very big pre-release event which was supposed to happen much bigger than Hebuli. But unfortunately, because of the rains and the forecast, nobody can do outdoors. So there's a huge protocol for all that. Because of that, we had to cancel, sir. Otherwise, we would have definitely had. So next time.
When they call you boss and the sort of respect that they have for you.
Keep calling me Kichcha, Huchcha, all that they keep calling.
Right.
As long as people are calling you with love, I think it shouldn't matter what they call it.
And how important is respect?
It is everything, sir.
It's everything.
Disrespect, if you can take it, I think that is the worst thing that can happen to you in your life. Even एक आदमी आपको मुंह पे अपने फेस पे गाली दे के चला जाए तो भी वो मान लेता हूँ मैं. डिसरिस्पेक्ट बर्दाश्त नहीं करूँगा क्योंकि मैं किसी को डिसरिस्पेक्ट नहीं करता. मैं हर किसी को कोई भी हो मेरे सामने आए तो मैं रिस्पेक्ट से ही बात करता हूँ. एक बच्चा आया तो उनको भी आप ही बुलाता हूँ. मैं वैसा ही हूँ क्योंकि रिस्पेक्ट देता हूँ कि ताकि रिस्पेक्ट मिले.
Of course.
I will never take disrespect, even I will never ignore it also.
Amazing. Rapid fire with Kichcha Sudeepa. One thing about the Kannada South Indian film industry you wish people in the Hindi belt knew more about?
The language.
Of course. You can understand and speak Hindi.
That's what.
This
The
is the
language.
least
I
that
wish
they
they
can do.
knew
They
more
should make
about.
efforts. Absolutely.
And also, I wish many of them, I still correct, Kannada बोलते हैं. So it is not Kannada. I keep correcting it. Is जैसे हिंदी हिंद नहीं होता, कन्नड़ा कन्नड़ा नहीं होता, कन्नड़ा होता है. तमिल प्रोनाउंसिएशन अच्छा कर लेते हैं, तेलुगु बोल लेते हैं, कन्नड़ा के बारे में आते हैं तो कन्नड़ बोलते हैं. So
Kannada होता
I
है, of
request
course.
all of you to just say Kannada. That's all. It's a very simple word.
So I think an RJ from Tamil, when she asked you a question, you replied in Tamil to her?
हाँ.
Yeah, so that was amazing, that because I'm sure that you have a massive fan following in Tamil as well. But I found that beautiful. Like someone asked you a question in Tamil and you replied in Tamil.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Okay, your all-time favorite fantasy thriller is?
I don't like fantasy kind of films. But then I think as adventures, if you think, I think Raiders of the Lost Ark has been one of the fictional adventurous movie that I love. I like the version of Tintin that comes out. I like such movies. So.
Amazing. Okay. Tell us first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the following words. Remakes.
Good. Not a bad idea.
Twitter.
Very good.
Movie promotions.
Very good.
Okay, one player from the following teams you would like to rope in: your celebrity cricket league team, Karnataka Bulldozers, Mumbai Heroes.
Mumbai Heroes. I think I'll steal Sohail. He's the biggest cheerleader one can have.
Bhojpuri Dabangs.
Manoj. Who else? He's an energy pack. वो अगर मनोज जी आपके टीम में है तो ओपनिंग भी वही करेंगे, बैटिंग ओपनिंग बॉलिंग भी वही करेंगे. छोड़ के चुनना पड़ेगा सबको. But he's a great guy. He's a great human. A good human.
Punjab the Sher.
पंजाब द शेर वेयर सर टीम ही नहीं है उनका अभी. वो हाँ ऑल आर स्वीट. कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं छीनूंगा. लाइक उनको अपने आप छोड़ दूंगा सर. वो पहले से ही 11 नहीं है वो.
Describe yourself as a captain of Karnataka Bulldozers in one word.
I'm focused, sir.
Focused. All right. Complete the following sentence. The most challenging part about shooting Vikrant Rona was?
The most
challenging part about shooting Vikrant Rona was?
Nothing.
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 All right. One strange habit you developed during the lockdown?
Strange habit? No, I think I developed, I just multiplied everything. So like cooking became double bounce, workout became double bounce, everything became double bounce. I think discipline became double bounce. So everything.
Great.
So nothing that I developed then.
You are described as a man who knew no fear in the Vikrant Rona trailer. Are you the same in real life as well?
Yes.
Vikrant Rona is your most stylish look in a movie ever?
No.
A quality of Jacqueline Fernandez that impressed you the most as a co-actor?
She's very genuine.
Very genuine.
Very genuine.
Okay. Name one actor from the Hindi film industry you would love to direct.
I would like to direct. Salman sir.
All right. What according to you plays the biggest role in creating a buzz around a film?
Intention.
Intention. Amazing. What do you think is the biggest factor behind the box office dominance of South films in the Hindi-speaking states?
I don't believe that.
What, according to you, is a better experience? Watching a movie dubbed in the language of your preference or watching it with subtitles?
Dubbed.
Dubbed. You prefer that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Kichcha Sudeepa, as always, wonderful talking to you. Thank you very much for your time. All the best wishes for Vikrant Rona. I think it's going to be a huge success.
So the next time I'm coming, I'm going to come with my K brand caps for you.
Sure.
So I also promise you one cap of this merchandise.
I'm looking forward to that. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for it. It's always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, this is Kichcha Sudeepa here and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.